All right, y'all. Today is the day. HBO Max is no more. It is now called Max. I don't know, is it just me, or when I hear Max, I think of Cinemax? Remember Cinemax? Those of you who had cable and grew up watching cable and all that, Cinemax was always that channel that was really more for adults, especially since they showed a lot of those like very adult-like content in the nighttime, and when you were like a kid, a teenager, and you were like a horny boy like myself, you go sneak off and watch the Skinamax, as we used to call it back in the day. Yeah, I don't understand why they decided to change it to Max. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But back in 2020, when HBO Max launched, I did a video covering the entire launch and all the setups and what to expect and all that. And to follow that tradition, I decided to go ahead and do one for today for the new Max platform. What's changed? What are you going to expect when you sign in for the very first time? Let's take a look at it together. Now, mind you, I'm recording this in the morning of May 23rd. From what I've heard, there have been a lot of issues with logging in and people not being able to get onto the platform, and HBO Max, or Max as I should call it, is down and all that. Your experience may vary depending on when you decide to log in or when you're watching this video. So I'm just going to cover basically what I went through in hopes that I can shed some light on some of the experiences so that you don't have to worry so much. So why is HBO Max changing to Max? Well, you had some of the big wigs at Warner Brothers and the big wigs over at Discovery Plus. When they did their whole merge thing and they're all one company, they decided that it'll be a brilliant move to remove HBO, one of the biggest brand names when it comes to cable and movies and popular shows like Game of Thrones, Succession, and all that stuff. And they're like, hey, HBO, get rid of that. Let's just call it Max. Brilliant. Sign it. Put it to print. Let's go. Yeah, that's it. I really don't understand why they decided to do it myself either. But that's why we find ourselves here today with the brand new launch of Max. And of course, first things first, if you don't have Max or HBO Max, then how do you sign up? Well, that's easy. Just go to max.com and you can sign up directly from there, and you'll be presented with 3 different tiers. This is not anything uncommon if you are used to dealing with other streaming platforms. The first tier is with ads. You pay $9.99 a month. You could stream on 2 devices at once, and you have full HD video resolution. If you want an ad-free experience, that is $15.99 a month. Again, stream on 2 devices, full HD, and 30 downloads to watch on the go. Their big ultimate tier, the ultimate ad-free experience, is $19.99 a month. You get to stream on 4 devices, best video quality with 4K Ultra HD, immersive audio with Dolby Atmos, and 100 downloads to watch on the go. Of course, it is to note that full HD, 4K Ultra HD, Dolby Atmos is not available on all content, and also depends on the device that you are streaming on. So keep that in mind. But wait a minute, what if you already subscribe to HBO through your cable company, or you happen to have friends or a family that are so kind and generous to share with you their logins and all that stuff like that? Well, then you get to sign up for Max for free. All you have to do is log in, and it will ask you to sign up through your cable provider, and I'll show you all of that in the process later on in this video. So what if you are already a current HBO Max user, subscriber, watcher? Well, honestly, you don't really have to do anything. However, there are some things to expect when logging in for the first time. One, depending on how you log into HBO Max and how you watch your stuff, if it's on any kind of a device, whether it's a Roku, smart TV, gaming system like PlayStation or Xbox, or on your phone, you will be required to update your app somehow. Now, for some, it may update automatically and you'll see a brand new logo that is the new Max logo. Or for others, it's gonna prompt you to update your app and will guide you through the process of installing all of that stuff. However, my experience was a little bit different, and why don't I just go ahead and show you what I experienced myself. All right, so I'm here on my Xbox, the system I use for HBO Max, and I go ahead and I click on the app, logs me in, asks me what profile to choose, and here I am. It's this weird change where it looks like a generic standardized streaming platform. You have this mysterious Max HBO Max original that just showed up. Of course, it gives me the new Shazam movie. But if you scroll down, where's my list? Where's my continue watching section? It's not there. I can watch Shazam, no problem. All the other sections are there, but different. Like you could see some things are kind of the same and everything, but it's odd that it didn't prompt me to update my app at all. It just let me log in like normal. So if I wasn't aware, I would just go in here and just wonder like, hey, what happened to my list and all that kind of stuff like that. So just very, very odd. What I decided to do, I decided to go to the system menu and I did a search for Max just to see if the app would show up, and nothing immediately shows up. It just shows top results HBO Max. But if you go into the apps tab under search, look what it is. There it is, Max, in its all blue heavenly logo glory. So I click on it, and then of course it has to prompt me to go into the Microsoft Store. So I go in there and it allows me to download it for free. So I go ahead and click on that and I download it. So once it's installed, now I have this brand new app on my home screen here. So I go ahead and I click on it and it loads up Max. And we have this nice new animation going into the platform. And here you go. It says, welcome. It already knows me because it's using the same data from the previous app. And it says your profiles and everything has a new home and blah, 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 this and that. And by selecting start streaming, you get agree to the Max terms and all that good stuff. So I go ahead and I click on that. Takes me to my profiles. So I get to select my profiles. And lo and behold, now this looks more like a familiar home screen of HBO that I'm used to. It gives me recommendations that are for me. There's my now list of things that I've saved and things that I watch, as all the new featured stuff, just added stuff. Here are all the brands and all that stuff. You have everything now available to you in this new app. You have the new Shazam movie, all that stuff. You also have all the Discovery Plus shows available. So, and the only difference here, to be completely honest, is that instead of utilizing the menu that is found on the left, as you see here, everything is now tabulated on the top, and I'll show you that in a minute. But you can see you have a new My Stuff section with all the lists of things that you've saved, of movies and shows that you want to watch, and all that good stuff. And you have a continue watching section too, which will list out all the things that you started that you haven't finished yet. So once you're back on the home screen here, you see all the sections are now tabulated at the top. So you get a section for your series, and you could see it's like some of the new stuff that they added in here. Like today is the debut of the new Gremlins Mogwai series. Then you could go into the movie section and you could see all the movies that are available to you as usual. Nothing new or nothing different there. And then you have your little sections of adult animation. And then one thing to note, audio description wise, they've added a whole bunch of audio descriptions to a bunch of programs on this platform. So something that can be very helpful for a lot of people. I don't have the full list of everything available here, but you could easily find that online. And then the one thing again that really confuses me is they still have a separate section for HBO. I thought everything was all under the same house, so I don't understand why they have to separate everything. Like here, you still have the same movies that you would find normally on the app and other programs that you would find normally. So HBO still needs to be separated, which I don't get. New and notable are just basically some of the new stuff that they've added. It's almost similar to the home screen, which I don't really understand once again, but they decided to do it this way for now. I'm sure there will be updates coming because some of this stuff can be quite confusing for a lot of people, especially with the whole HBO section. I don't understand why they just can't have a series, a movies, and whatever other stuff that they want to do. So yeah, I kind of tested out just to see how it looks when you play Shazam. And as it loads up, one thing that is weird. I feel like I'm watching video on demand for HBO because it gave me that HBO intro, which is kind of fascinating. But the movie loads up and it's loading up in HD. So one thing to note too, that the service is all offering now over 1,000 titles, movies and TV shows that are now going to be in 4K. But those are only available for those users who sign up for the ultimate ad-free tier. If you are signed up for the regular ad-free, and that includes people who already subscribe to HBO, or if you're using a login or whatever the case is, you are just going to be in the ad-free tier section, so not in the ultimate tier. So the 4K stuff may not be available to you, but again, that is something that is really not a huge deal. Because everything, you still have access to HD. So yeah, so I'm just going through some other stuff here, just seeing how the account settings work and all that. Like always, you're only limited to set up certain stuff like subtitles and what have you. Everything that is account sensitive, you have to do it through the website. Now, I feel like I should mention that once you switch over to the new app, there's no going back to the previous app. You'll see in the screen share that both apps will live in the system, but if you go back to the HBO Max original app, it's going to bring you into what looks like a preview version of the app, where you get to see some free episodes of some of the shows, but are all supported by ads. If you try to sign in, it's going to treat it as if you logged out, and it's going to ask you to reactivate your account. So if you scan the barcode or you go to the activation link listed on the screen, it's just going to bring you to the max.com website, which is a brand new website. And basically you're going to have to log into the new Max account, and it will never link you to the original app, and you're just going to be stuck using the brand new app. I don't know why you would want to go back once you switch over, but just keep that in mind in case you get confused which app to launch. Now, for many of you, I'm sure you access HBO through your laptop or your desktop computer and you have it saved or bookmarked. Well, when you access that link or that bookmark, it still allows you to log in to your account as normal. So when you go ahead and click on it, like I do, go and click on your profile, you'll be brought back to still the familiar HBO Max home screen that you're accustomed to. You still have your list, you still have your recommendations, but you'll notice that a lot of the new programming is missing. So a lot of the new programs they added today, like the new Mogwai series, the new Shazam, may not be available to all of you. You could still watch, click on an episode of, like, for example, here, Succession, and it will still play as normal, under the same type of tier that you're subscribed to, whether it be ad-free or ad-supported or whatever the case is. But when you look at what is available for you, you'll notice, for example, Shazam is missing. So if you wanted to watch the new Shazam movie, you won't be able to. It's not here. It's not available to you. If you look at for some of the other new shows or any of the Discovery Plus shows, you won't be able to find them here at all. So you'll notice that a lot of the things are missing, which is kind of confusing once again, because it doesn't automatically redirect you to the new Max platform. And you could see here once again that you have this mystery HBO Max program, and when you click on it, it happens to be an empty thing. No, this is the new Clone High, the new animated series that they're bringing back, which I'm sure a lot of you are very excited and happy about. But yeah, a lot of that new programming is missing. Now, in order to get to the new platform, you have to either go to HBO.com or go to Max.com. And then from there, you could sign up or log in. So we already went through what the tiers are and all that. But what if I already have an account, right? So I go ahead and click on sign in from the Max.com website. From here, it asks me to log in with my login information or connect through your cable provider. I have Spectrum, so I go ahead and I sign in through there. And then once I do all that, it brings me to my profile selections, and I get to select my profile. And now it brings me to the oh so familiar HBO Max, or I should say Max layout, where you could see my continue watching section, my for you recommended section, and my list of all the saved stuff and my wish list of things that I want to watch. All the new programming is here. All the new Discovery Plus stuff is here. So everything is available to you. But you can see how confusing it can get, given that it doesn't really automatically redirect you to the new platform. Now, I'm sure in time it will do that. It just looks like they're having some hiccups or some delays in everything. But just like how I reviewed on my Xbox, everything looks the same here through a web browser. So whether you're on your laptop or desktop computer, everything's going to be available here. And then you can all access your My Stuff section and go into your profile and change your settings and account settings and all that. And everything else is pretty much the same moving forward. Yeah, so that's basically it, all in a nutshell. So again, for most of you who are familiar with HBO Max or who have been using Max and all that stuff, the transition will be pretty much seamless for all of you. For those of you who are brand new and who are signing up and logging in for the very, very first time, then it's as if nothing has ever changed because you didn't experience stuff like this before. But yeah, it's about 3 years and HBO Max is no more, and now we are in the age of the brand new Max. So hopefully this video helped some of you or help at least understand some of the struggles or situations that some of you would come across. I'm a huge fan of the content, so of course I'm going to continue using the service and the platform and all that. However, I still question the name change because for me it really doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is what it is. But let me know about your experience all in the comments below. How do you feel about the new name change and all that stuff? Is anything new that you were looking forward to checking out? Are some of the new options and perks really some things that will either change your mind in staying with them, or maybe help you decide that maybe Max isn't a thing for you? I'd love to know all your thoughts in the comments. But thank you so much for watching and tuning in. If you haven't done so yet and you are brand new to the channel, don't forget, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified every time a new video is posted on the channel. If you want Low-Key Geek on the go, make sure to check out the Low-Key Geek podcast channel on your podcast platform of choice, where you can download audio versions of some of the things that we do here, but most importantly, the Movie Time movie review podcast I do with my buddy Blake, and the Talk and Talk podcast, which is the pop culture news of the moment podcast for your downloading and listening pleasure. Last but not least, if you are in a position to further help support the channel and help the channel grow, do check out the affiliates that we have listed in the description of this video. Father's Day is coming up, and maybe you could find something awesome to get your dad, whether it be a t-shirt or maybe a collectible or maybe some coffee or something like that. But there are some cool deals if you go through the links listed in the description, and by doing so you will be helping support this channel at no additional cost to you, and for all of that support I am truly thankful. Well, that's going to be it for me for now. Until next time, stay cool, stay classy, stay safe. Catch you all in the next one. All right, peace out, y'all.